Here's what I see as your projects having in common. All starring people that I want to drink/hang out with.
I like it.
So we've got, like, I'll See You in My Dreams, Day Drinking with Danner was the
Day
show.
Drinking with Danner, yes.
I pitched her that show. We're still waiting to get the green light.
Yeah.
But then also Smokin' with Sam, courtesy of The Hero.
Yep.
Still workshopping what's going to come out of Hearts Beat Loud.
I think it's jamming with Nick and
Yes.
Kiersey. I mean, it's a jam sesh.
It is a jam
Yeah.
sesh. I'm into it. Is that like something that you're...
Noodling with Nick.
Ding! Sold. Is that the goal? Like, is that sort of where all these come from? Is like, let's just hang out with people that are going to be the best possible hangout people.
I've been so lucky with the actors that I've worked with who are just not only incredible actors, but incredible people and so kind and down to earth. And so I guess I've chosen wisely over the years. I sometimes write with people in mind. Obviously, I wrote The Hero for Sam. I wrote this part for Nick. I think about people, and I think about as a fan of theirs. I'm a fan first and foremost. You know, before we were on camera, I'm still the biggest Sam Elliott fan you're ever going to meet. And the reason why I want to see, I'm going to write you something that I would like to see as a fan of yours. I'd like to see you do.
Yeah.
And this is the same applied to Nick. I said, as a huge fan of yours, I'm going to give you something that I personally, selfishly, just want to see you do. So I guess that's how I've kind of operated over the years. I'm a fan, and I want to see him do this thing, so I create that.
And I think that's why the movies really stay with me as well, because these are people that I've had like a movie relationship with for some time, and then I see them like this.
You see them in a different context. You see them be maybe more vulnerable. I love making people that you kind of think you know one way be vulnerable, because I know that they have it in them through knowing them personally. And it's very exciting.
I don't have any vulnerabilities, but he's talking about Sam and Blythe.
Of course. I just assumed.
He doesn't know. He's not vulnerable.
You may consider me invulnerable.
I do. Indeed, I do.
Indeed.
I thought actually vulnerable for me is really the word of the festival. I've seen a lot of things that just seem to be digging up a lot of feelings. I'm going to have a lot to process.
Sure.
And was this one of the most vulnerable things that you've done, would you say?
Well, in a macro sense, absolutely, because I have not been the lead of a film. And so, it had the whatever insecurity came with, holy cow, I'm on every day of the schedule. And I'm being called upon to do more than eat beef. That's a point of vulnerability for me.
Sure.
Non-meat scenes are scary. That's my security blanket, and so, sure. But I was thrilled. I mean, I've been doing this a long time, and so specifically, there was a scene with, I had guides on this journey like Blythe and Ted Danson and Toni Collette. And there was a scene with Toni where I'm on her doorstep in Brooklyn being vulnerable. And I felt like a kid at my first high school dance. I kept saying to Brett, I've never gotten to do a scene where I am vulnerable, where I'm like in a relationship saying to a significant other, will you love me, basically. And it was so wonderful and refreshing to get to do new things like that. So,
and with Toni Collette,
hell yes,
who is just the best.
Every time, any vulnerability or insecurity that I felt, looking across and seeing her, sort of giving me a confident Aussie nod, made it all okay.
You mentioned two magical words, Ted and Danson.
Yes.
And I do not know him. Am I correct to be completely obsessed with him?
Sure. They don't get much dreamier than Ted Danson.
He's better than you think, and you already think he's there.
Mm-hmm.
He's there.
Jesus.
He's upsettingly charming.
Yeah, and kind and gracious and beautiful and talented. So it is quite upsetting.